Vedaham samatitani vartamanani charjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu veda nakaschana. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. O Arjuna, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I know everything that has happened in the past, all that is happening in the present, and all things that are yet to come. I also know all living entities, but me no one knows. Purport. Here the question of personality and impersonality is clearly stated. If Krishna, the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, were Maya, material, as the impersonalists consider him to be, then like the living entity, he would change his body and forget everything about his past life. Anyone with a material body cannot remember his past life, nor can he foretell his future life, nor can he predict the outcome of his present life. Therefore, he cannot know what is happening in the past, present and future. Unless one is liberated from material contamination, he cannot know past, present and future. Unlike the ordinary human being, Lord Krishna clearly says that he completely knows what happened in the past, what is happening in the present, and what will happen in the future. In the 4th chapter, we have seen that Lord Krishna remembers instructing Vivasvan, the sun god, millions of years ago. Krishna knows every living entity because he is situated in every living being's heart as the super soul. But despite his presence in every living entity as the super soul and his presence as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the less intelligent, even if able to realize the impersonal Brahman, cannot realize Sri Krishna as the Supreme Person. Certainly, the transcendental body of Sri Krishna is not perishable. He is just like the sun, and Maya is like a cloud. In the material world, we can see that there is the sun and that there are clouds and different stars and planets. The clouds may cover all these in the sky temporarily, but this covering is only apparent to our limited vision. The sun, moon and stars are not actually covered. Similarly, Maya cannot cover the Supreme Lord by his internal potency. He is not manifest to the less intelligent class of men. As it is stated in the 3rd verse of this chapter, out of millions and millions of men, some try to become perfect in this human form of life, and out of thousands and thousands of such perfected men, hardly one can understand what Lord Krishna is. Even if one is perfected by realization of the impersonal Brahman or localized Paramatma, he cannot possibly understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, without being in Krishna consciousness. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Vacharine Nirvishesha Shunyadi Pascheta Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasili Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Here in chapter 7, titled Knowledge of the Absolute, Krishna. Krishna is expressing his nature, his character. Vedaham samatitani. Krishna is Trikalagya, knower of past, present and future. So is his devotee. Devotees of Krishna know everything. Because when one comes to perfection, he is in contact with the super soul. Jitatma prashantasya paramatma samahita. When one has overcome his senses, Jitatma, conquered senses. We cannot do that unless we are in bhakti, pure bhakti. Paramatma samahita. At that point, we approach the super soul. Super soul is very near to us. We can't imagine. I'm here. Super soul is there. But where is he? We can't see. We can't perceive even. For normal materialistic people in this world, they are addicted to searching after knowledge. Not everyone. Some people on animal level simply eat, sleep, work, eat, sleep, work, eat, sleep. But someone who is a little higher intelligence will seek. So, but what are they seeking? At a lower level, we seek maybe geography. What is the nature of this world? What is at the bottom of the sea? What is in space? That is a sign of intelligence. What is in the human body? What is in the atom? People are seeking knowledge. Why is that? The nature of the soul is to be all-knowing, Satchidanand. But at the moment we are in Maya. We don't have that knowledge. We are missing it. So we are seeking. As I said, not everyone. Mostly those who are sattvic. They are seeking. But then they don't even know what to seek and where to seek. They are seeking something they don't understand. They are seeking what is in this, what is in the, as I said, what's in the atom, what is in the ocean, what is the sun made of. There's different knowledge that they are trying to acquire. And this knowledge, we can find it. We can research and find it. But there is some other knowledge which we will not find. That is knowledge of God. And now knowledge of God, you see, and as I mentioned, where is God? And Krishna is saying, Sarvasya chaham hirdi sanavishto. I am in everyone's heart. And where am I? Where are you? Where are you located?
Next to Krishna.
We are located. Where are you located now? In your body? Where are you? In this body. Huh? Where is the soul in the body? Huh? Where is the soul? Huh? In the heart. Soul is in the heart. Atmasya janti nihito guhayam. Mundaka Upanishad says, soul is located here. There are some other strange organizations, they say the soul is here. But there is no shloka supporting it in Bhagavad Gita. In Upanishad. Upanishad says, Atmasya janti nihito guhayam. The soul is located, Atma, in the area of the heart. Don't say it's in the heart. Then someone asks a question, what happens when there's a heart transplant? It's not in the heart, it's in the area of the heart. So then it doesn't go when the heart goes. So we are here, and Super Soul Paramatma is right there. Still I can't see him, I can't hear him, I cannot know him at all. One area of knowledge that is lacking in this world is knowledge of God. Where will you find it? You cannot. It's not easy, especially not for offenders, materialists. Even at the end of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna told Arjuna, don't explain this knowledge to the people who are not austere, who are not devotees, abhakta, na tapaskaya, not austere, basically not sattvic and not controlled. Don't tell them this knowledge, Krishna says. But Prabhupada said that devotees, they understand the purpose of God, that we have to bring them back. So we will go and speak to everyone, and some will get angry or attack us. We take a risk. But we are speaking about knowledge, that yes, we are looking for knowledge, everyone is seeking knowledge, people are, PhD means research. You don't get your PhD degree till you increase the knowledge of human society. Okay, where is the PhD person looking for knowledge of God? You will not find it. Because knowledge is given by God. Even the knowledge of the atom, knowledge of DNA, knowledge of anything is given by God. He may reveal it, he may not. Where does it say in Gita? What is that verse? Krishna says, I give intelligence. Sarvasya chaham hirdi sanavishto mata smritim jnanam apohanam cha. I am in everyone's heart. From me comes knowledge, from me comes remembrance, from me comes forgetfulness. Forgot the verse. Okay. So Krishna, he wants you to remember, he'll tell you, and we forget. Even that carries till next life. Next life, someone comes in, who is he? I don't like him. Who is this person? We become rude to him. Why? Past life. Krishna is reminding you, you didn't like him. Or he did something bad to you, now you do it. So Krishna gives knowledge. So Krishna can choose not to give knowledge of himself. I may get Gita and I'll read it, nothing will come in my mind. Nothing. We distributed so many Gitas, How many? Largest selling religious book in the world, Bhagavad Gita. Largest, most widely read Gita in the world is called Gita. It's known. 50 languages. But where are the devotees? Krishna decides, I will give the knowledge or I will not. So, I'm looking for all the different knowledge in this world. Now I'm looking for God. He'll reveal or he'll not reveal. It's up to him. How can he reveal? We have to listen to his directive. In his directive, he tells us what to do. You want to read, understand Gita, you go like this, you do that. Then it's revealed. It may reveal, you'll be surprised who will get the knowledge. I remember we were studying our Bhakti Shastra, doing our course studying Bhagavad Gita. Then we had a very good teacher. He had realized Bhagavad Gita, he spoke very deeply. So he was saying, in an assembly of devotees who are studying Bhagavad Gita, reading, hearing, we can't understand who will get the knowledge. We can't understand. It's up to Krishna. Who he'll award the knowledge to? Gyan. Who will get the Gyan? Who will become transcendental? Who will crack the material covering? It's up to Krishna. He's Swarat. Krishna is independent. You may say, but I chanted 60, I did everything, I followed you. Yes, you may, he may not give. Or you may not have done properly, he may give. Of course, we have to follow. We follow everything, okay? Don't neglect. But it's finally up to Krishna. He's Swarat. As mentioned, Srimad Bhagavatam, nature of God is Swarat, Abhigya, Swarat. He's independent. So, to know God, that's not an easy thing. As Krishna says here, Mam tu Veda na Krishna. No one knows me. And yet, who is the personality who knows every single atom of this creation? Krishna knows everything. We can't understand. In Mahabharata, if you read the whole Mahabharata, especially that Kurukshetra battle, you will see that in one action, so many things are happening. Arjun shot an arrow, then he killed Dronacharya. Then there was some curse that had to be fulfilled, and then the head of Dronacharya, I can't recall, sorry, a long time I read, but every single thing that happened, they'll explain one thing, and so many things attached to that are happening that had to happen. Like for example, like Dhishtadyumna, he was supposed to kill Dronacharya. Dronacharya was to be killed. Dhishtadyumna was born to kill him. Same time, Dronacharya, if you read, you will see many things at once happen. So how can that happen unless someone knows everything at once that's happening? Everything at once. He knows everyone. He knows that score that has to be settled, the reaction, the karmic reaction, and everyone's plan that had to happen or not happen. Shikhandi, he came in front of Bhishma Dev because he had a score to settle with Bhishma Dev. Because Bhishma Dev didn't marry him or her. So he became a man. And so that was one thing. Same time that Bhishma Dev had to be removed from the battle. Otherwise, Pandavas will lose. So Krishna at once does many things. There's a name in Vishnu Sahasranam which mentions this point. That in one action, he does everything. So how can you know that? How can you do that unless you know everything that is going on in this world? You have to know every single thing. In this world today, we have different secret organizations in different countries. The very complex ones, they have a lot of knowledge base. They have their fingers everywhere. They have different knowledge of every country, every personality. Any second they can create a revolution, or they can create a stir, and you think, oh, farmers agitating, but actually some other things happening. People are behind it. So this is just on material terms, but we are speaking about Krishna, who knows everything. The extent of Krishna's knowledge, it's described in Srimad Bhagavatam, Abhigya. Gyan means knowledge. Gya. Abhigya, it is cognizant. But Abhigya, this is emphasis in Sanskrit. Abhigya means all cognizant, all knowing. Cognizant means I'm aware what's happening here, there, everywhere. Krishna is aware of everything. He knows in every cell what's happening, in everyone's body, in everyone's mind. He understands. So this is the extent of knowledge of Krishna. Krishna is saying, because he is explaining himself to Arjun. Now he told Arjun to fight this war. Arjun didn't want to fight. So he gave him the points. Still Arjun argued. But Arjuna understood, okay, I cannot solve this problem myself. I'm surrendering to you, Krishna. So Krishna spoke to him why he should fight the war, but he explained his nature. He was convincing Arjuna to surrender to him, because he is everything is moving under Krishna. He is in charge. He is the Parabrahman. Later, Arjuna realizes, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram, Param Bhavan, he said. So he is the Supreme. So in doing that, in convincing him, he speaks Bhagavad Gita to explain him. Who am I? I'm not like you. I am the Supreme. I am like this, I am like that, I am like that. You understand who I am? Yes. And Arjuna understood, and result was Karisha Vachanam Tava. Now I'll do what you say, Krishna, because I understand who you are. I have to follow you. So in the endeavor to come to that point, Krishna explains about himself in detail. Vedaham samatitani vartamani cha Arjuna. Krishna is saying now that Arjuna, I know past, I know present, I know future. I also bhavishyani cha bhutani. I know the future, and I know all living entities. Actually, when Krishna saw the universal form, at that time he saw time also. And then Arjuna was saying that, oh Krishna, I'm seeing this form, I perturb, I'm very disturbed. I'm seeing that Jayadat is entering into your mouth. I'm seeing the whole arm is entering into your mouth and getting stuck in your teeth. Basically, they're being destroyed. So at that time, Arjuna also saw that Abhimanyu is going to be killed. But he also saw that Abhimanyu's killer was killed, Jayadratha. He saw everything. A devotee, once surrendered to Krishna, will get that power to see. You will get the power to see. Not these eyes, we will not see anything. We will see. The mind's eye. The mind's eye. Actually, Dhruva Maharaj, when he saw Vishnu, he didn't see him with these eyes. Neither did narrations are there in Srimad Bhagavatam. Lord Brahma, they didn't see with these eyes. They saw within. So, Krishna knows everything, but he can reveal it to the devotee. So, a devotee is one who is engaged in serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in devotion and surrendering. I have a body, I have mind, senses, intelligence. Okay, some people have a family, some people have a car, but we surrender it to Krishna. Everything surrendered to God. That's a devotee. Now, when Krishna says, he didn't keep anything for himself, he surrendered to me, then Krishna takes charge of you. At that point, we have a hierarchy, Body, higher than the body, senses. Indriyani paranyahu. Senses are higher than dull matter, bodies here, but higher than this is the senses, because they collect knowledge. Indriyani paranyahu. Indriyabhya param mana. But the mind is higher than the senses, because the mind will guide senses, do this, do that. I am thinking of this, do the action. Indriyabhya param mana. Manasastu para buddhi. But higher than the mind is intelligence. What's higher than intelligence? Yo buddhes paratas tu sa. Higher than the buddhi, mind, but the intelligence is the soul. Okay, that's the hierarchy given in Gita. But Prabhupada writes in the purport, a person who surrenders to Krishna, there's a super soul. Super soul then finishes the hierarchy on top. He takes charge of the soul and everything below. If not, you're on your own. Your senses, your mind, okay. But in the beginning also, a devotee realizes that I'm not meant to be going around like this alone in this creation. I'm meant to be living for Krishna. I'm given senses, mind, I'm supposed to use it for Krishna, not for myself. And after some time he realizes what a serious anomaly or deviation it is when a person moves around in this world seeking how to gratify my tongue, belly and my genitals and my eyes and everything. This is a very strange thing, because it's against the creation. Creation is, there's one enjoyer and we're meant to serve him. That is Krishna. So a devotee submits fully to Krishna. Then what happens? Krishna takes charge of him and uses his senses. Then he becomes perfect. Srila Prabhupada wrote his books. And when the reporter asked him, so how did you write the books? Prabhupada said, I didn't. Krishna wrote it. And next to him, another disciple saw that the reporter is looking at him. What are you saying? It's America. You can't say things like that. So he said what he means is that he was writing and he's inspired, and his mind was on the knowledge with Krishna. Then the Prabhupada interrupted. No, Krishna told me everything and I wrote it. He interrupted it. That is factually what happened. So Krishna knows everything. A person in devotional service is, Krishna says in chapter 10, text 10, he is in Buddhi Yoga. His intelligence is linked to me. Therefore, intelligence becomes super. And he can guide anyone. That first verse of Nectar of Instruction. How do you come to that point? Controlling senses. Vacho vegam manasa, krodha vegam, jiva vegam, udara pasta vegam, etan vegan yo vishayita dhira, sarvan apimam prithvim sashishya. One who can control his tongue, his belly, genitals, and the actions of mind, speech, and anger. Such a person is fit to make disciples all over the world. Factually, what happens is one conquers senses. It means I'm not going to use my senses for God. I'm going to use them I'm not going to use them for myself. I use them for Krishna. So if we say I'll use my senses for Krishna, then we come under Krishna. Then we come out of Maya. As long as I have a plan, then it's not possible. But if we come under Krishna, or we'll be very practical in this situation, come under the Guru. Guru is Sakshadhari, he is representing. So come under Guru's mission. At that point, my body and my senses are not for my pleasure, they're for God. Then we become perfect. And therefore you say they become a Guru, because Guru's guiding can guide you to God. Why? He's perfect. Everything he says is perfect. Why? Because Krishna is inspiring from within. So Krishna has that capability. And here he's telling Arjuna, I am different from you. Unlike the ordinary human being, Lord Krishna clearly says that he completely knows what happened in the past, what is happening in the present, what happens in the future. Prabhupada makes a point in the purport that why is it that we don't know our past life? Who remembers what was written?
We are changing bodies.
We change the body. When you change the body, everything's forgotten. Krishna won't change the body. And so he remembers everything. Not only he remembers, but he's in the heart, and as super soul, he's in everyone's heart. So he knows himself, he knows everyone, everything. So this is the difference between Krishna and us. And now in Bhagavad Gita, this is the thing that is why it's so important. Because the jiva has this tendency to think he's supreme, he's powerful, and he's so great. But in every verse, Krishna is reminding, I am supreme, I am like this, I am so great. And a devotee becomes enlivened to read this. When we read, Krishna says that Yad yad vibhuti mat sattvam shrimat urjitam evava tatat evava gachatvam amatejam shasambhava. Krishna says, whatever is beautiful, opulent or glorious, know that it's just a particle of my opulence, my beauty, my glory, my power. So when Krishna speaks about himself, devotees become enlivened because Krishna is supreme and he's writing it here and we are reading it and being so happy. So Bhagavad Gita is important because these things we have to remember at every step. God is supreme, God is supreme, God is supreme. I read it, I remember, okay, after 1 week I didn't read, now I forgot. I'm supreme, I'm enjoy, let me enjoy. Again open, okay. Krishna is supreme, he knows everything, you don't know anything. He knows past, present, future, he knows you. Him no one knows, no one knows him. So, the more we understand nature of God and our nature, the more we'll surrender to him. Krishna says this. In chapter 10 he says, one who knows I am great and knows how great I am, Buddha Bhava Samanvita, with great bhava, he will worship me. He will engage in my loving devotional service. Iti matva bhajante mam Buddha Bhava Samanvita. Iti matva, knowing this, Bhajante mam, those who are intelligent, Buddha, they will worship me. They understand me as the supreme and the source of everything. So how do we get that? How do we evoke bhakti? By understanding superiority of Krishna, by reading Bhagavad Gita and hearing it again. So bhakti is evoked. But of course, then bhakti we speak about different rasas. The Bhagavad Gita is on that dasya. But even that is so great. That is a great thing. Dasya bhav, dasya bhakti. It's a great thing. It's not of this world. It's transcendental. Bhavishani cha bhutani mam tu veda na kashana. So much knowledge in this world is there, but knowledge of God, it's lacking. It's not really lacking. We are not qualified. But when Krishna wants, He'll reveal it. To who? Anyone. You can be shocked to know that. Who will get the knowledge? Who will become a pure devotee? That's up to Krishna. And to come to that stage, we have to follow Him. How to follow Him? We have to know what He's saying. We have to read Bhagavad Gita. Read Gita. We have to read again and again and again, get a deep understanding. Then we'll know what Krishna wants. Follow it, then we can get perfection. Then we can know God as much as He reveals. And therefore He's saying, Mam tu vedana kasha, no one knows me, because this is material world. Everyone came to escape Krishna. They're not manifesting bhakti. They're not practicing. Okay, Hare Krishna. Any question? Okay, you know how to handle this? Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai.